In this video, we're going to discuss greatest common factor. Let's talk about what these words mean first. In math, we know that the word greatest means biggest or largest, and common means what numbers have alike, what they share in common. And then factors, let's talk about what factors are. Factors are numbers that will divide into another number without a remainder. In other words, 12. Look at the 12 here. 12 has factors of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. All of those numbers will divide into 12 without a remainder. Let's talk about how we find the factors of a number, and then we'll talk about how to find the greatest common factor. So the first thing I want to do here is take this 12 and find all the factors of 12. Okay, and the way I like to do that is I like to list factor pairs. I just write the number down and then I list the factor pairs underneath it. So the first factor pair that I always start with, a multiplication fact for that number, would be 1 times the number. So 1 times 12 would be my first factor pair. Then I try 2. If it's an even number, I know 2 will divide into it. 2 times 6 is 12. And then I would try 3. 3 will also divide into 12, and I know that because 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 will divide into 3. You can add those digits, and it will tell you if 3 will divide into the number. So 3 times 4 is 12. Now, the only factor pairs, or the only factors I would have left, would have to be between the 3 and the 4. There are no whole numbers between 3 and 4, so no, I'm finished. So what I do is I go down the left side and back up the right side, and as I do that, I list all the numbers, and that lists them in order for me. So 12 has factors of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay, now I'm going to take the 18 and do the same thing. So 18, I will start with 1 times 18. I always start with 1 times the number. It's an even number, so I know 2 divides into it. 2 times 9. 3 will also divide into it because 1 plus 8 is 9, and 3 will divide into 9. So 3 will divide into it, and it goes 6 times. The only other factors left would have to be between the 3 and the 6. So the only numbers that I have between 3 and 6 are 4 and 5. Neither of those divides into 18, so I know I'm finished with these. Down the left side, back up the right side, and I can list the factors of 18. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. Now what I want to do is I want to look for the largest number the largest factor that they have in common. They have 1 in common. They have 2 in common. They have 3 in common, and they have 6 in common. And those are the common factors between 12 and 18. So the largest one is 6. That means the greatest common factor, or GCF, of 12 and 18 is 6. Let's try one more together. I'm going to look at the 9 first. So factor pairs for 9 are 1 times 9. And then the only other one, it's not an even number, so 2 won't go. 3 times 3 is the other one. And that we have to stop there because there are no numbers between 3 and 3. All right, let's look at the 27. I have 1 times 27. It's not even, but 7 plus 2 is 9. 3 will divide into that, so I know 3 times 9 is 27. Let's see, do I have any other numbers that will divide into 27? It would have to be between 3 and 9. 4 won't go. 5, 6, no. 7, no. And 8, no. So my factor pairs for 9, my factors of 9 are 1, 3, and I don't have to list the 3 twice. So 1, 3, and 9 are the factors of 9. The factors of 27, let's be a 7 right there, are 1, 3, 9, and 27. Now I just have to find the largest one that they have in common. They have 1 in common, they have 3 in common, but 9 is the greatest common factor because that's the biggest number that they have, biggest factor that they have in common. So GCF of 9 and 27 would be 9. And a little trick here, if one of the numbers will divide into the other one, the greatest common factor is always the lower number.